Hello, everyone. Welcome to Doing Life Together, episode 69. It's Sonia Eckel, your host, and it's so good to see you all. All right. So, as you may have noticed, I took a couple weeks off. I traveled to the Bahamas for over a week with my sister, which was absolutely amazing. It was a free trip that each of us earned from Norwex. And oh my goodness, talk about traveling in high style. It was amazing trip. And I landed in San Antonio. The next day, I boarded a flight to Australia to go speak at a conference there. And it was amazing. My sinuses, however, did not seem to love the 16-hour flight. So I talked about it last week and just saying, like, I think for my upcoming flight, I have another flight coming up to Punta Cana here later on this year, and then to Norway. And so I'm like, okay, how can I travel in such a way that that dry flight air doesn't get to me? So I am actually excited to hear your guys' take on what do you use when you travel. And a couple of you have told me about some silver products. So I don't know, I'm guessing it's colloidal silver that is a nasal spray. But really what I took away from this is that, you know, when you breathe really dry air and your nose like hurts inside, I was feeling that, which should have been a clue like, okay, your sinuses are not extremely happy about this situation. And sitting on a plane, of course, for 16 hours straight. And then I turned around and flew back about 5 days later, which was a little insane. And then just completed one of our biggest trade shows of the year, which is the San Antonio Home and Garden Show. So that it has been my February, and it's been crazy, and it's been a lot of fun. So tonight, what I really want to talk about, and this is going to be slightly time sensitive, because so those of you who see it live, it's going to apply and it will be delayed coming out on the podcast, or if you're catching the replay. But many of you know that I consider myself a bit of a biohacker, meaning how can I reverse age, slow the aging train in natural ways without getting fillers and toxins injected and all of that. So it's been a bit of a journey, and many of you know you're my peers, and it's getting to that point in life where the fine lines and dare we even call them wrinkles are there. And I know growing old is a gift. I certainly don't love the alternative. And not gonna lie, I don't love seeing those. Now, in full disclosure, I love sunshine. And I spent much of my youth, here's, little light blue-eyed, blonde Norwegian girl. I spent a lot of time in the sun. And so I recognize that had I protected my face specifically and neck, like, hey, that probably would have worked out a little bit better. And, you can't undo it. And to be completely honest, I live in Texas. I still love sunshine. So how can we reverse age? And there's so many factors here. One of the biggest factors that I really think is huge is drinking high quality water. So I think in America, most of us drink all day long, but it's often teas, coffees, just not pure water. And of course, our body is made to utilize pure water. And so I think that's one of the things. It was interesting. We went to Denver, Colorado, for a conference earlier this year. And I love Colorado. It's so beautiful. The mountains are just majestic. And one of the things I noticed in being there is that my skin didn't look as good. Okay, my wrinkles were more pronounced. I was like, ooh. Dry air is going to dehydrate you faster, and you're going to have to drink even more. So if you live in a drier climate, I think that's kind of a somewhat understood fact that if you live in a more humid climate, it probably serves your skin's appearance well for the long term versus living in a super dry climate, Arizona, Colorado. But what can we do in those climates to still protect our skin and kind of hold the barrier of losing moisture out? So skincare is super important. Honestly, I rarely used skincare as a youth. And then when I got into my 30s and I began to see some of those fine lines, I actually started spending a lot of money on different skincare. And I was just like, make it go away. And I am afraid to do the math on how much money I have spent on skincare lines. And I'm also afraid to tell you that some of them probably weren't very healthy, to be honest. And what I found is the promises were huge for the skincare. Like everyone said, this is the one. And none of them seemed to reverse what I was seeing happening. So then I discovered light therapy. And I am a huge fan of light therapy. If you've followed my podcast, you know this about me. And so I began using, first of all, I started with red light. Many of you know, I've shared, I probably own over 10 red light devices in my home. I've tried so many. And what I know from that is they are not all created equal. So huge difference. And you can buy red lights super cheap, and you can spend a fortune on them and everything in between. So I do really believe in the power of red light. I'm a huge fan. And so if you're looking for a really good red light device, I've used so many, and I have one that's a full body device. So it's much faster to use. And I've seen remarkable results. Like for all of my perimenopausal women who are getting to that age bumping up against menopause, there's something that I didn't know as a physical therapist, and maybe we learned it, but I had forgotten all about it. And it was frozen shoulder, right? So this is where all of a sudden your shoulder is like, it doesn't want to move the way it used to move. It's screaming at you. You go in the wrong position, it is going to let you know. And so now it's been at least hypothesized, if not proven, but that it is linked to lowering hormones. Probably, I think it's specifically estrogen starting to take a dive. And so anyway, frozen shoulder. So out of the blue, one of my shoulders started exhibiting frozen shoulder symptoms, and I struggled with it. And I just thought, this has got to heal itself. Like, this just can't keep going on. And then I got this red light, that's my favorite one currently to date. And I might find a new favorite, but this is like my current favorite. But I began to red light my shoulder. And in the meantime, this shoulder had taken on some early symptoms. And literally within the week, both were moving fine, no longer sending me through the roof. Now, can I claim that it cured or anything? Of course not. Like, my body somehow was able to overcome it. But the only thing that had shifted was the use of red light. And just amazing stories. I could go on and on. Of course, we have to be so careful what we say about things, because we don't want to ever claim that anything is like the magic cure of all things, right? But let me just say, I'm a huge fan of red light. And one of the things that red light helps with is collagen production, but it needs to be the correct wavelengths. So when you use red light, you must make sure that the wavelengths are the right one that will actually hit whatever you're targeting. So for instance, if you have a bone injury and you use a wavelength that hits your surface skin, it's not going to help. So you need a wavelength that can penetrate further down into the joint, into the bone. Likewise, there's been some studies done on breast health, we'll just say, and certain light wavelengths are going to penetrate into that level. So wavelengths matter. And what else I've learned about light therapy is that there's way more than red light. So there is also blue light. Now, blue light has gotten a really bad rap from our computers and whatnot. And so I just kind of lumped all blue light as bad, but obviously God made blue light. So not all blue light is bad. Sitting in front of blue light all day without getting the rest of the spectrum, not a good idea. But when you get out in the morning, one of the best things to reset your circadian rhythm is to get outside, preferably put your feet on the ground. So that means you're not wearing shoes with a rubber sole. You literally, if possible, now I know in the middle of winter in the Midwest and up north, you're not probably going to go stand out in the ground. And in those cases, you can actually get grounding devices to use in your home. I digress. But anyway, get your feet on the ground. And get out at sunrise is really powerful. But even if you're not a sunrise person, you're not maybe up that early, simply getting out in that daylight, no sunglasses, not even contact lens, ideally, and you allow all that light in, it's going to help you sleep so much better at night. So God provides natural light therapy with the outdoor sky. You get the red light in your sunrises and your sunsets. Here's what's cool about red light is that it preps your body to receive UV rays. So interesting. If we're trying to get a tan in the 1980s, we slather ourselves with, what did we put on? Some oil, right? And we pop out at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and we just go drop into that heavy UV rays. That's not really how our body was created to do sunlight. Sunlight has immense benefits. I am a huge believer in sunlight. I'm not a believer in slathering your entire body in sunscreen. I'm just not, because I believe it brings so many benefits to us. But red light preps your body to deal with those UV rays. So that's kind of an interesting thing. But blue light, it reaches a different part of your skin. Green, yellow light, all the things. So I'm not an expert on light therapy, although I was exposed to it very young, actually. There was a doctor who was doing a bunch of research on the power of different wavelengths of light, and his was different than today's world, that you'd like shine a light through this colored thing. But the fact is, light therapy has been heavily researched, and it's a fascinating thing. Okay, so anti-aging skin routine, to me, I think it makes a lot of sense to add some light therapy. I also believe it has more benefits for the body, especially if you do get like a full spectrum light. Now, skincare, creams, all the things. I think that the skin is more an inside game than like what we put on it, right? So water, good nutrition, healthy sleep. I think that's massive for, we have bags under our eyes. When we don't sleep well, our eyes don't look the same as after a good night's rest. So healthy skin is definitely an inside job first. And what we put on it is so important as well. So for skincare, when I recently made the switch within, I don't know, what has it been, a year ago, to the new Norwex skincare line, number one of the things that I was very taken with is the fact that the product line is held to such a high standard. It's not held to the US standard. Norwex, of course, is a global company, and their standards much exceed what is required here in the US. So very, very clean product. In fact, so much so that recently it became EWG certified for several of our skincare products, which is a huge deal. All right, so why am I talking about our skincare right now? Well, because I have never seen Norwex run this sale on our skincare. Like, this is incredible. You get 25% off. And I should have been screaming it from the rooftops earlier this month, but I already explained what my February's looked like. And that's why I've been just a little MIA, but it's not too late to give this a try. So 25% off. This is huge, y'all. And if you want to get started, like, I think the complete skincare set. So let me just show you. This is kind of my routine that I do, is I cleanse with the face and body cloth, which is, if you don't have this thing, this with just water is going to take off your makeup. It's amazing. And let's see, am I sharing my screen? Let me try this again. I'm going to add Why is it not sharing that? All right. Well, I'm going to stop that a second, and then we'll see. I'll see if I can share it again. But anyway, the face and body cloth is amazing. You clean your face with just water, and then I normally hate skincare cleansers because they make my face feel like it's going to crack, and they irritate the crud out of my eyes. And so when I saw Norwex roll out their enzymatic facial cleanser, I was like, I just clean my face with water. However, this stuff is amazing, and I recommend you put it in the shower. As long as you seal it, it will keep the moisture out in the shower. Just make sure you seal it, and obviously don't get moisture in it. But it's just a powder, and you just tap it on your hand, add a little bit of water, and cleanse your face. It'll take off your makeup, and it doesn't even irritate my eyes. But here's the best part from an anti-aging standpoint. You'll hear again from estheticians, exfoliate, exfoliate, exfoliate. I don't love using rough things on my face. I know that's one way to exfoliate. I just don't love it. So this does enzymatic exfoliation. So it uses the power of enzymes, which Norwex is so well known for, to actually exfoliate off the dead skin cells to then reveal the new skin cells underneath. So love the cleanser. I only use it maybe 3 times a week. Some people do it daily. Do what's comfortable for you, but this is really fabulous. And then next are our serums. We have vitamin C serum, and we have bakuchiol serum, which is really like an alternative to retinol. Anyway, so I like to use those serums as the second thing. After you've cleansed, your skin is just going to drink it in. You've opened up all those pores. And the vitamin C serum. Now, I have a facial red light. I actually like to use that with the vitamin C serum to help it just penetrate more. The eye cream, I'm obsessed with our eye cream. And the best part is when you run out, you just get to buy the refills, which are usually about $10 less than buying the initial glass bottle. And when you run out, you just take this off and pop in your new one, and you're set to go. So this eye cream, I didn't know this. I could never figure out why eye creams made my eye water. I'm like, what is the point of using this when my eyes just water all day when I use it? So I didn't like most eye creams. When I found this one, I was a little bit reticent about it. And the difference is this is approved to be used all the way down your lid, all the way right up to your eye line, which is most eye creams are not approved for that. So they tell you not to put it right close to the eye, which I'm like, isn't that the point of eye cream? But anyway, so I love our eye cream. I highly recommend you try it. I think it's amazing. And then I'm a serum girl. I love serum. So the rejuvenating serum is pretty fabulous. Actually, that I usually put on before the eye cream. So I have that in the wrong order. But anyway, and then their night cream. I love our night cream. It's very emollient. It's a detox for your skin. And yes, that's not a mistake. I actually use night cream morning and night, but you can also use our daily moisturizer if you like a little bit less during the day. But I love the detox night cream. So I use it in the morning, and you don't need very much, but it is so protective. And I believe it really just helps with those fine lines. And then wrap it up with a Protect mineral sunscreen. And what is cool about this is that it's a mineral one, but it's not going to leave you looking white like a ghost. So it really doesn't give you that white hue, and it makes a really good primer for your makeup. So of course, and then it's a win to protect your skin from the UV rays. All right, so I'm going to stop that. All right, so 25% off is phenomenal. I highly recommend you go to detoxourhomes.com, order it while it's still on sale. It's only through the month of February 2025. But even if you're watching the replay or you're on the podcast and it's no longer on sale, I've been buying it full price, right? I love this stuff. The fact that it's on sale, yes, you better bet I am stocking up on eye cream refills and night cream refills, because those are the two I go through the fastest. And then third would be the serum. I do love those. Those are kind of the ones that go the fastest for me. All right. Now, also something you can kind of double dip on if you really love saving money, you love Norwex, or you just want to use more of the Norwex products in your home. Because here's another thing that I believe really contributes to skin health is what we expose our body to, the toxic load. And so one of the things that I think is really helpful is not using synthetic air fresheners in your home. That leaves particles in the air, which touches your skin all day, which you breathe in and out of your lungs all day. I know we've been trained, like you're nose blind if you don't use these chemicals. I am here to say that there's smarter ways to keep your house smelling good than using some of those potentially very toxic air freshener things that you plug in your wall, that you spray out of an aerosol can, all the things. And I think it helps our skin when we are not exposed to the chemicals because it is able to detox faster and not be exposed to all that. So obviously, I think that makes sense. But here's what's going on. This just got announced at noon today and is through the month of March. The reason I wanted to be sure to tell you about it, though, is that if you want the skincare and you want this offer, for the last little bit of February, you get to double dip and get both, okay? So the date of this actual podcast is February 26, 2025, when we're recording. And so you can open a Norwex consultant account for yourself. Now, most people right now have said that they are looking for added income streams. The majority of people. And of course, we know that there's been inflation on most everything. We've had huge inflation at the grocery store, especially for buying healthier foods, like organic things have just skyrocketed. Anyway, so inflation means that often your salary doesn't keep, your increase in salary doesn't often keep up fast enough when we're in an inflationary time. So therefore, people are always looking for a side gig. Like, how can I make a little bit more money to lighten the financial stress? If you are interested in that, Norwex, of course, has been an incredible income vehicle for me personally. But even more than that is the number of people on my team who I've had the great honor and privilege of helping them earn meaningful income for their family. And that is really what makes me happy because I hate financial stress. So if I could, no more. So if I can help other people overcome the financial stress, like that is a life mission, one of my life missions, right? So you can join Norwex, become a consultant starting today at noon for free. So you pay the $9.95 shipping to get the products to your house, and it's free. There's no risk. There's no sales requirement. Like it's literally a no lose. And so with that, on Instagram, I'm not able to share my screen, but if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, if you want to see the replays of the podcast, you can go to doinglifetogether.live. Doinglifetogether.live. Or doinglifetogether.life, I believe will take you to the podcast. So you can go, you can click to subscribe, follow. That's, of course, super helpful. And that will also give you notification when I pop on live. So if you want to see my screen and you're on Instagram, just pop over to YouTube there. All right. So if you decide to open a consultant account, you can do that. Like you could do that tonight. If you're working with a consultant, get their link. If I'm your consultant or you would like to work with me as your mentor and sponsor, you can go to joinwithsonya.com and you can choose the free kit. There's actually sorry about that. There's some other cool kits as well. Let me show you this so you know your options, because I love good options. But the bottom line is you get this, you get 35% as a personal discount, but also that's what we get to earn. So like when I do an online show for somebody, I get to share Norwex with their friends, help them save tons of time and money with the products, and I get to earn money at the same time as a reward for sharing that. So This here, just so you know, is live at noon Central today. This is the free kit. You get 10 EnviroClaw samples and the Power Cleaning Paste sample. Or you can do the sample kit, which gets you a wider variety of samples to share. And that is $30 instead of free. And then this kit here, the big one with the mop and the rubber brush and the EnviroCloth and the window cloth and the dust mitt and the face and body cloths, the Power Cleaning Paste, the Ultra Power Plus sample, that you can either start with it up front, and it's all, you pay $10 shipping up front, and then you have 2 ways to earn it for free, or else you pay 290 days. What's great about that is you get the mop right away. Like, yeah, if you're ready to start going out and doing shows right away, it's a great way to go. And you earn it for free, or you pay 200. But what's cool is if you start with either the free kit or the sample kit for 30, you can still earn that full starter kit for free. So super awesome. So if you are thinking like, hey, I just want a side gig, I want to make some money, or if you're just a savvy shopper and you're like, yeah, I want to get the best deal on my Norwex, then definitely take a look at this. I think it's an absolute no-brainer to for sure do the join for free. And then when you do this, then you get the 25% off your skincare if you order before the end of this month, February. And in addition, then after that, you get 35% more. This is unbelievable. And then later you can put it on auto save and save even more. All right, so really quick, I want to share with you, a lot of you have been asking like what red light I love. And so let me see if I can share this really quick. You can go to fullspectrumredlight.com. So fullspectrumredlight.com. This is the full body one that I have been blown away by how powerful this is. Like I said, I have tons of red lights. I like them all. Some just work better than others. And this one's phenomenal. And so the one I got, because people have been asking, all right, what is this full body red light? So the one I got came in this package here. And this here is about 3 feet long, and it comes with this stand for free. Now this stand is amazing. So it takes up a bit of space, but you roll it. I lay on my bed and you can raise the red light so that it's reaching your full body. Or I like to bring mine down a little closer, and then I do my legs, and then I do like my chest, because like sun damage in our décolleté area, our neck is very real. And how do we keep that looking good? I feel like this has been super helpful, and with it you get the red belt. But anyway, they also have some bigger packages if you're kind of like go big or go home. This one looks quite fabulous. And with that, you get that facial red light too. So anyway, fullspectrumredlight.com. And the main one that I would say I love, it has all the different spectrums of red light. Somewhere here it shows the spectrums. Let me see if I can find it. This is a very long page, so you have to scroll down. But okay, here's the wavelengths. Sorry, I said spectrums, wavelengths. And most red lights have very limited number of wavelength, whereas this has many different ones, and they all reach different depths. So again, depending on what it is you're wanting to target, to me, it makes a whole lot of sense to do it once and be able to hit all of this. So anyway, huge fan. I don't have this facial mask yet, but it looks really cool. But I don't have that one yet. That's one thing I don't own yet. But anyway, so super cool. If you are curious about that, which I know some of you have been asking, I wanted to share that. All right. So skincare, take care of your indoor air quality. I feel it's very important. Be smart with your sun exposure. I'm a big believer in having sun exposure, but be smart. And if you don't want a lot of wrinkles on your face, use a really good mineral sunscreen on your face at least. And again, your neck as well. And to be honest, when we go on tropical vacations, I use the Norwex sunscreen on my entire body. and I love it. I've never gotten burned. So I think that's fabulous. But when I'm just home in Texas, I don't use it on the rest of my body, just on my face, because I know that I've given it a lot of sunlight. And so that is that. And then choose a safe, healthy ingredient skincare line that also is effective. I was going to show you a few before and after pictures because I think these are quite. Let me see. I don't want to. Let me see if I can get it not to be noisy. Let's see. Share screen. So this is the power of the cleansing powder. If you have teenagers who are, teenagers, right? I just think that's pretty fabulous. And shout out to everyone who shared their before and after pictures here. Just dramatic. One, Amy, wow, huge, huge. I love this one too here. And the night cream, like I said, I am obsessed with our night cream. You are going to choose one. Let's just choose two products. I would say get the eye cream and the night cream. Sharing. And anyway, just really, really remarkable skincare results with this product. And I think it is hard to find something that's both safe and effective. Sometimes you can find effective, but it has negative health impacts. And that is not what most of us are going for, right? Especially here on Doing Life Together. Our goal is to live a vibrant, healthy, energetic life. And so that is that. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me tonight. Be sure to put in the comments if you had any takeaways, share, like, subscribe, do all the things. And that way we can stay in touch. Typically it's Wednesday evenings where we do Doing Life Together. Also, I'll wrap with this. If you want to find where I have like my Detox Your Home, it's a free downloadable guide for you. My cleaning guide, just go to thedetoxgirl.com. Thedetoxgirl.com. THEDETOX girl, GIRL.com. And there you can find all sorts of goodies. I think I probably have the red light link there too. So if you are like, what did she say? If you just go to thedetoxgirl.com and you scroll down, all sorts of good things. And that's also going to show you where I am on social so we can stay in touch that way. All right. God bless you, my friends. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week.